Hey guys, Clay here at Havoc Off-Road. I'm going to show you how to install JCR's rear Crusader mid-width bumper on your Jeep JK. Let's get started. You're going to need to download this template off of our product page. It's pretty clear. It says frame, seam edge, and then rear of Jeep. Go ahead and cut those out. Get a piece of masking tape, and it's easiest just to go ahead and lay that across the cutout, and then I'll show you how this goes on the frame rail of your Jeep. And you can see, you just need to place rear of frame to rear of the frame, and then this is the seam that the template's talking about. And then go ahead and tape it on. And then we're going to need to take a punch and a hammer and mark these holes for drilling. Then we can remove the template and go ahead and drill those holes out to 1/2 inch. Now I would start with a smaller bit first. This is a 9/32. Now we're going to install this bracket with this face to the outside of the bumper, and those two holes we just drilled should line up just like that. And then when we slip the bumper on over the frame, we're going to attach the bumper with those mounting points. The first thing you're going to want to do is install your LED lights on this tab in the back of the bumper. Make sure you use Loctite on all of the connections on this bumper. You don't want any of your nuts vibrating loose while you're on the trail. Now this is easier with a friend, but we're just going to go ahead and slide the rear bumper over the rear frame, and we're going to grab a 3/4 inch bolt, and we're going to go ahead and loosely attach that to that bracket that we just put inside the frame. Now we're going to install the 17mm bolts in the factory frame holes here, and every step we're doing is mimicked on the other side of the bumper. We're not going to tighten those yet. We're just getting everything kind of in place so we can move it around. Now you're going to grab 2 of these 14mm shoulder bolts, and this is what attaches the bottom of the bumper through the frame to that bracket that we installed at the beginning. And this is where you're just going to have to loosen some things up and shift that bracket around and get everything aligned. Now you can see once we've got the bumper all installed, both sides tight, this tab on the bumper is a little bit off from the factory cross member hole. This is a real common thing. This isn't anything wrong with the bumper. This is part of installing structural parts on your JK. This is a knurled bit, and this thing will chew through steel. So what I'm going to do is, instead of continuing to drill this hole out larger and losing surface area to mount the bolt through, I'm going to elongate the hole on this tab a little bit on this side. Now that we've removed some material from the tab and we've got a nice straight shot with our bolt, just grab your bolt, washer, and a nut. This has got a locking knurl on it, but I would still recommend using Loctite on all these connections. And now we'll go ahead, before we tighten this up, we'll move to our passenger side. All right, now we've drilled out the passenger side. We'll go ahead and install the bolt provided with the hardware kit. Now we'll take our 3/4 inch socket and we'll tighten this up. That locking flange on that nut helps keep it tight so that we can tighten everything down. You don't even really need to get a wrench up there. Now, if you're not going to install the tire carrier from JCR, the hardware kit includes these little plastic caps. What you need to do is go ahead and wipe some grease on the inside of this sleeve. That way we can keep corrosion down so that if in a couple of years, couple of months, whatever you want to install your tire carrier, everything's clean and ready to go. And you'd grease that anyway because it's kind of an interference fit, and that's what the tire carrier swings on. You'll put some RTV around these caps and go ahead and plug those off. And then that way you got a weather tight seal. Well guys, the install was that easy. We had a little minor interference in the tab. I showed you how to clearance that. Like I said, that's just something you kind of got to get used to when you're installing some of these heavy duty parts on your Jeep. If you guys have any questions, give us a call or visit us at havocoffroad.com. Thanks.